I have an update right now in the case of a missing Michigan woman in the Bahamas. I'm Melissa Andrews, a crime and investigative reporter. 55-year-old Lynette Hooker disappeared on Saturday in the Bahamas. Her husband said she fell overboard of their 8-foot dinghy. This is a photo of the boat. Apparently, they would take this dinghy away from their yacht to sail around in the Bahamas. Well, today I called her daughter Carly, who's been giving a lot of interviews. In fact, I just saw an interview that Carly gave to Fox and Friends, and she's really amped up her language. Yesterday, she called for an investigation into her mom's disappearance. But today on Fox and Friends, I saw that she said there is a history of domestic violence. Brian's story of Lynette falling overboard doesn't make sense. And that in the past, he choked her out and threatened to throw her overboard. She says there's more to the story. And this is Lynette's daughter, Carly. I called her today. Apparently, she has been overwhelmed with the media, and she gave about 14 interviews yesterday. So her boyfriend was very gracious and talked to me on the phone while she was there. And he told me that the couple has been married for about 25 years. Brian is Carly's stepdad, and she is Lynette's only child. She grew up in Onstead, Michigan, in Lenawee County, and that's where Lynette's mother still lives, but much of her life was spent in the Kentwood area of Michigan. He told me that they bought this boat in 2022 in Texas. And here is the boat, and they would sail around Texas and then Florida. And then they spent the last couple of months in the Bahamas, and he described the couple as being somewhat nomadic. I asked him about the accusations that Carly's been making in the media and why she believes that an investigation needs to go further. And he said that all relationships have their fights. He just thinks that it's in everyone's best interest to look at the full picture here. He did say that Brian and Lynette had a falling out a couple of years ago and did spend some time apart for a couple of months, but they appeared to work on the relationship and got back together. He told me that they both worked at AT&T and that the family is looking for answers. They're hoping that Lynette is still alive and that somehow she may have made her way to shore or that someone has found her. In the meantime, Brian Hooker made his first public comments on Facebook this morning. So this is Brian and Lynette. Here is Brian's statement on Facebook. I am heartbroken over the recent boat accident in unpredictable seas and high winds that caused my beloved Lynette to fall from our small dinghy near Elbow Cay in the Bahamas. Despite desperate attempts to reach her, the winds and current drove us further apart. We continue to search for her, and that is my sole focus. And you can look up some of the couple's travels. They documented their boating experience and their nomadic lifestyle on an Instagram account called the Sailing Hookers.